Good evening. How do I say this? Well, I'll start from the beginning. Hi, welcome to my daily Facebook Live. My name is Barry Selby. This is Messages from the Masculine number 241. I'll get to that in a moment. Let me introduce myself first. I am a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert, helping strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. I'm also a passionate champion for the divine feminine. If you watch my last two broadcasts, which is 239, 240, I went deep into the why for me and what I stand for and what I'm about. So today I thought I'd just do a little bit of a get back in the groove about my coaching and give you some tips and guidance. So this is Messages from the Masculine, number 241. Actually, Messages from the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart is the full title. And this one is number 241 in an ongoing series, as in 241 broadcasts in a row. Well, yes, in a row. Most of them daily. And this topic is the distillation from a few people's posts, comments, and shares I was involved with a few times today. So this one is basically, how do you say it this way? Stop blaming others for your dating woes. And I'll explain what I mean by that in a couple of ways. First of all, this is not about you. It's about other people. So I know you're watching this going, that's not me, it's somebody else. Totally understand. But it might possibly help someone you know. So please share it with them if you do decide to do so. One piece I want to talk about right away is it's so tempting to think that, well, let me phrase it another way. It is tempting, that's true. But it's easy to get in a position where all the different resources used to find dates, the dating apps, dating sites, turn up nothing but bad news, and you blame them as being the problem. That's an easy one to go to. But then you were going out with your friend's friend, and they end up hurting you badly, or they ghosted you, or they did what they did, and you'd blame your friend for it. That's not so kosher. That's not kosher. That's bad news. That's not cool. Being in a place where you're putting all your judgments, well, that is covering up your feelings of lack of control on others, is a failure in approach, and it's not healthy as a whole, self-trusting, complete individual. Making this clear. Hang on one second. I'll come back to this in a second. So let me just switch gears for a second. Got to be transparent. After the last couple of broadcasts I did, yesterday's and the day before, I felt incredibly aligned and deeply connected to what I was talking about, and felt very in honor of that. Today I want to talk about this topic, but I'm not feeling the juice, so so I'm letting it percolate a little bit, see what comes through. And I had about 3 other topics on my mind that didn't show up. So this is the one I'm playing with, and so I'm sitting with what's the most effective way of giving you advice and help and support in the arena of dating, relationships, and romance. It can be applied to other areas too, because this is it's not a how-to, it's about a where from, if that makes any sense. So, let's see where this goes. Again, as always, these are not scripted, there's no bullet point points, this is just simply what comes up spontaneously. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this, and let me go this other way, I'll come the other angle. The reason why I want to talk about this thing about blaming others for your dating woes is, there's a piece. I had to wait for it to drop in. These insights sometimes come through in other ways. And also blaming yourself for your dating woes. This is, here we go. This is, if you watch my broadcast, you know what happens. I start talking about something I think is okay, and then suddenly a deeper piece comes through. So let me drop to the deeper piece. Self-blame, self-judgment, self-guilt, because your dating woes suck, isn't healthy. It's not effective. When you are willing to look at what happened and do something about it in a way that is self-supportive. One way that's not supportive of yourself is just go on another date again. Same thing again, same result, same method, same path, same mechanical focus, and same flawed result. I saw a friend's post earlier today talking about how well, originally the post was talking about how she wished she had trusted her intuition, her inner guidance. That still voice inside spoke, she didn't listen to it, she ignored it. And then she put in a comment below that it's not the first time she's done that. So ladies, if you're watching this in particular, how many times have you had that little voice inside either be muffled and you couldn't hear it, or it was yelling its lungs out and you didn't hear it at all, or you choose to ignore it? That's a big failure in making the right choice in any area of life, not just relationships. Let me speak about this. Okay, I'm finding a way through the alignment. So again, I sort of like to give you the behind the scenes, what is happening type. Like, let me talk you through this as I'm doing it. This is not true just for women, by the way. We men, so listen up, men, as well as women, have the ability to tune in and listen to what's going on. And it's not... See, intuition is the thing that has been presumed to be the domain of the women. The domain of women, period. Which is really a feminine skill, is what it's been talked about. Now, men and women have both masculine and feminine energy within us. Okay, I thought I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. I think I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Okay. Threw me off track for a second. I just got a phone call show up and it stopped and went away. So let me get back on track. Pull me completely out. Okay. And I trust you're still with me. So let me just have a quick like. I think there's a few people here. So let's see. All right. Getting back to where I was. Rewind. I was talking about, behind the scenes while I was talking about this. So, men and women have masculine and feminine energies within us both. We tend to have more bias towards one than the other, but the feminine part in all of us is where the intuition resides. And we all, absolutely all of us, have a thing that I like to call the still, small voice that's within us. It can be a voice that helps you with your life vision and purpose, which I've had experience of. It could also be the voice that nudges you when you look at what's in the fridge to eat for breakfast and you go, not that, but this. I mean, literally, the range is, absolutely massive. The point I'm trying to make here is that so many people shut their voice up, stifle it, ignore it, silence it, don't want to listen to it when it comes to dating. Because for some stupid, crazy, silly reason, you think you know better than that inner voice does. You don't. You just don't. Your power, how do I say this? Your alignment, is a better word, comes from trusting that inner voice. One, because especially when it comes to dating, you'll be more successful, you'll be more aligned, you'll be happier, and you'll be more well taken care of. Now, I've got to switch back a second. That still small voice, which in some ways I talk about as being like, a higher power or a higher connection, is connected to the heart, not the head. So of course, that still voice that works through your heart wants the best for your heart, because that's where its main conduit it comes through. If you get hurt because of something that was said by that voice, you would be upset with that voice, you would listen to it. That voice is here to support you. And your ego needs to get that. Your mind needs to know this. This is the vital cornerstone for living life. Because what I'm talking about here is not just the dating scene. It's just the most evident place where somebody out there, may not be you, but somebody out there, doesn't believe they have an internal authority, guidance, insight, intuitive voice that will lead them with the right path. We trust out there. We trust the picture on the swiping on the smartphone app, or the dating site, or the friend's referral. We don't trust inside first. We believe them versus ourselves. And I've watched this happen, and this is actually a bigger one. I've watched this happen on bigger scales where spiritual teachers have told two people they should get married. And my radar went off completely, like, no way, and they got divorced pretty quickly. Now, whether the spiritual teacher thought they should be together for 6 weeks to work out their crap, I don't know. But if you really want to find real healthy relationships in your life, this is true for friendships as well as relationships in business, relationships in romance, relationships in all these different areas. You have this internal, I keep giving this analogy of like that still small voice is like a divining rod that guides you where you want to go. That's kind of what it works for. So why not use it? So to recap quickly and bring it back to the completion, because I want to make this a brief, this is feeling like a very brief talk for a change. Blaming others, blaming resources, blaming tools, blaming your phone, blaming yourself for messing up your love life doesn't solve anything. Being willing to learn from your mistakes, discover what you didn't do as well as you could have done and how you could do it better, that's a healthier approach. Second part, do some homework. Here's some homework. I want to get you to practice this a bit more. As I said, we all have that still small voice inside. I argued with it when I was writing my book. I should say I argued with it so I wouldn't write my book. Well, my book is published, so apparently I listened. But I was really digging my heels in for 2 weeks with that. That's why I'm very implicit about trusting your inner voice. You have one. We all have one. It's the same voice, really. Or same resource, different voice. Because you have your own one, I have mine. I think that makes sense. That still small voice, that inner guidance, that wisdom. You can call it intuition, but truthfully, it's equally powerful, equally available, equally effective in men as in women. So it's not necessarily women's intuition centric. Maybe it is additional, different, I'm not sure in this moment. But that still small voice will lead you in the way you want to go. So, your homework. Listen. That still small voice speaks up in so many different ways. But for many, 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 many years, you may have spent time building a wall between you and it. So it's time to take the wall down. The way you do that is to be listening. It's going to sound so silly, but it's the truth. That still small voice is always wanting to serve you. That still small voice has your best interests at heart. That still small voice will always talk to you and guide you. It's just your job to listen. So if you've got some sense of, if you've built a wall inside, you built a perception of having a brick wall between you and that still small voice, you put it there. You can take it down. And it could be like some sort of image of you going la 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 with your fingers in your ears. Take them out. I mean, this sounds so simplistic, but spend some time listening to that voice. And don't necessarily say, I don't hear it right now, 'cause it's not about that. What it is about is becoming, I can say this. It's like the idea of well, it's in spiritual terms, like meditating. The first few times you meditate, like my experience was, for many, many times, nothing would happen. It would just be like, time, sit still, be there. But every so often, I had the experience where I just went somewhere, like it just opened up. Meditation just, I didn't feel the time, space, or any of that. I was just gone. Like I moved into another space. Same thing with that voice, is that the listening is something you just keep doing. Like when you're about to do something, go somewhere, try something, meet someone, just be open to listen internally. And if you hear something, great. If you don't hear anything, it's great too. But you're doing is making that voice welcome. So build that muscle of receptivity to listen to that voice inside, because it is in there. But you have to tune, as it were, yourself as an instrument to receive the messages. When you've got that practiced and doing it regularly, then your dating life will improve. That's a long way to make a point. It'll also improve your business life, your relationship with money, your relationship with health, your things in the world. I mean, so this is a big teaching in a very short video that was dating centric, but it's about your whole life. Not bad for a Sunday night. I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to leave it there. Simply put, thank you for watching, and take this to heart. I'd love to hear from you what you think of this. If you tried this out, if you do this, and I invite you to, put some notes in the comments below. Let me know what you think. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. And if you've had experience with this. And if you do try it out, let me know how it goes too. If you know anybody should watch this, please share it with them. Although I'm not sure if you know anybody who would watch this, because it felt like a very strange Facebook Live tonight. If you want to watch my other broadcasts, and especially the ones I recommended, the ones from yesterday and the day before, which is 240 and 239, the easiest place to find them is to go to my business page, which is barryselby.author on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you can find them there as well, because I have them saved on YouTube. And also on my website, you can find out all about my work and my programs and my coaching and all that stuff I do, which is under my name, which is barryselby.com. That, I think, is it. Thanks for watching, and my reminder to you, as always, is please take care of yourself, love yourself, and appreciate who you are. Because nobody can do it better than you can. So why not make yourself the best you can be? I'll see you again tomorrow. With a different topic, I think. Take care of yourselves. Bye.